It's happening again for the Milwaukee Bucks. GM John Horst continues to try to outmaneuver his fellow GMs, and he is looking to land a former All-Star and a massive upgrade at small forward. What's up, everybody? I'm your host, Nathan Burton, here from Bucks Digest, your number one source on YouTube for all things Bucks. Thank you for being here with me today. I'm going to get right into things. We're going to talk, of course, about Andrew Wiggins of the Miami Heat. Now, Andrew Wiggins has been rumored all offseason to be a potential candidate to be traded from his Miami Heat. The Miami Heat look like they're doing kind of a soft rebuild, and Andrew Wiggins just doesn't kind of fit into the picture. Now, he's been linked to a few teams, but the Bucks could be a dark horse to pick him up. I'm going to talk to you guys about why I think he'd be a good pickup, what would need to happen for the Bucks to execute this type of trade, and what player on the squad right now he would likely end up replacing. But before I get into that, I do want to mention to you guys, please hit that subscribe button. You guys have been running this up for us, and we really appreciate it. Please continue to do so. So let's get into it. Why would the Bucks want a guy like Andrew Wiggins? Well, first of all, Andrew Wiggins is an elite two-way player. He's an accomplished offensive player, but his defensive upside is massive. The Bucks are sorely lacking defense when it comes to the wings and the guard positions. We're good up front with Miles Turner and Giannis Antetokounmpo guarding the paint, but the Bucks need defense on the other three positions on the court, and Andrew Wiggins can provide that. He is also a spark plug offensively. This is his numbers from last year. He averaged 18 points, 4.5 rebounds, 2.6 assists on 44.8% shooting. This is in just half a season with the Miami Heat. He didn't even really get into a rhythm with Miami. Now, he's also an above-average three-point shooter. He shot around 38% last year, a career shooter of over 36%. We know how important three-point shooting is going to be to the Milwaukee Bucks this year. I mean, with Giannis taking on more of a point-forward role and handling the ball, they're going to need all the three-point shooting they can get around him with the gravity that he pulls to the ball. So Andrew Wiggins, I think, would fit right into this role alongside Giannis. He's good at playing off the ball. But the big upside for him is, of course, his defense. You'll see him here back when he was with the Golden State Warriors defending a familiar face in Damian Lillard. Now, Andrew Wiggins back in this year when the Warriors went on their run, he was a big part of that championship run. That was the first year he was an All-Star, and he was also a finalist for Defensive Player of the Year. So that gives you guys an idea of just how good this guy can be as a defender given the chance. He's consistently defending the other team's top players like Luka Doncic, Jason Tatum, all these guys in the Eastern Conference. Andrew Wiggins would consistently be the primary defender on these guys. So, what's the Bucks' chances of getting this guy? Unfortunately, he's been heavily linked to the Los Angeles Lakers for a few weeks now, but this is a familiar story. You guys have seen this before. The Bucks could come in and steal Wiggins away from the Lakers, much like they did Turner. We know Miles Turner was linked in trade talks to the Lakers for 3 or 4 years heading into this offseason. And of course, we all know what happened. The Bucks came in out of nowhere and sniped this player right out from under the Lakers' nose. I hope we see the same kind of thing with Andrew Wiggins. So what would the Heat be looking for in a trade to get a player like Andrew Wiggins off of their roster? Well, Brett Seigel of Clutch Points reported that they would need to receive an instant impact player along with an upcoming first-round pick. So what do our Bucks have to offer in that realm? Well, the Bucks, first of all, I want to note that they've been interested in Wiggins for a while. They've been linked to potential trades for Wiggins a few times. Jake Fisher reported that they tried trading for him in the early stages of the summer. They were going to dump Pat Connaughton's contract. This was before the Miles Turner move, but they have shown interest in Wiggins all along. Now, the Bucks could offer something like this: Kyle Kuzma, a 2031 first-rounder, and one of either Taurean Prince or Gary Harris to make the salary exchange equitable. Now, you might think to yourself, why would the Miami Heat want Kyle Kuzma? Kyle Kuzma is maybe a similar player to Andrew Wiggins and not as skilled. He's a decent defender, etc. But we saw that his fit wasn't really great with Milwaukee, at least in the first half year. Now, some fans are calling to give Kuzma a full camp and give him a chance, and other fans are calling for his head. We've all seen it on Bucks media. So why would Miami take on a player like Kuzma who was kind of underperforming? Well, the reason is the value of our 2031 first-round pick. This is the next pick that Milwaukee fully controls. It's highly coveted around the league in trade talks because it being so far down the road, 5-6 years down the road. Many GMs anticipate that Giannis will be on the tail end of his career, possibly retired, possibly with another team. And that pick without Giannis on the Bucks will end up being a high lottery pick. This is the forecasting that NBA GMs do to try to figure out what the future looks like. And that this could be the reason that the Miami Heat would entertain taking on a player like Kuzma if they could get that coveted 2031 pick. But Kuzma can still do some things to stay in the lineup for the Milwaukee Bucks. If this trade doesn't go through, Kuzma needs to play the same kind of defense we're talking about that Andrew Wiggins is capable of. His size is the only thing that can keep him in this lineup. I mean, we just don't have it at small forward right now. The only other player that can defend a little bit with any size at the 3 for us would be Taurean Prince, but he just is not an elite defender either. Kuzma, when he's making good decisions offensively, he can be an asset on the floor defensively. When he came over to the Bucks, he held opponents to 44% shooting, and only Ryan Rollins in very limited minutes had a better defensive presence than Kuzma. So that's what Kuzma needs to do if he wants to stay on this team and keep playing ball. I know he's been involved heavily in pretty much every trade rumor that has come up. Many people have said that he has an untradeable contract, but this 2031 pick and the value that's placed on it around the league, if that was attached to the right deal, then we may be able to switch out Kuzma for a more skilled small forward like Andrew Wiggins. But I want to know what you guys think. Do you guys think Andrew Wiggins would be a good fit on this team? Do you think his skill set would help us? Do you think the likelihood of this deal happening is possible, or do you think the Lakers already have it locked up? Are there other players in the league at the small forward or other position that you think the Bucks should be targeting? If you guys have any comments, leave them down below, and we'll be back soon on Bucks Digest. Go Bucks, go.